So basically we'll see what is a percentile. Now this is an important concept in the statistics. The one is a percentile and the other one is a quartile. So these two are interrelated, but first we have to understand what is a percentile. Why it is important? Because it is the very first step to find the outliers. What are the outliers? I'll tell you later in the video, but this is, I must say, this is the one of the most important things that you should learn while you are preparing for data science or machine learning. These are the very important things, because outliers in the data are those values which are mostly out of range, right? Out of the range. Appears to be a problem if we keep those outliers in your data. So it will give us absurd results when we put that data into our machine learning models and do some analysis, right? So it is important to remove those outliers. But how do we identify those outliers? How do we remove the outliers? The first thing we need to understand is what is the percentile. So percentile, before understanding the percentile, we should know what is a percentage. Well, it is quite obvious. You all have been getting that percentage in your school exams, like you got like 99% result in your kindergarten and maybe in a metric. So what is a percentage? Let's say I have a data right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And I have a question. I have a question which says that what is percentage of numbers that are even? I have this data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And I have to count that what is the percentage of numbers that are even. So the basic formula of the percentage is total even numbers. I can write it in a in the way total even numbers, and we should divide it by, we have to divide it by the total numbers, right? So this is a basic formula of percentage. Total even numbers and the total numbers, right? And also multiply by 100, right? So I forgot this. This is also important. Multiply by 100 because you are calculating percentage. So this is your final formula for calculating percentage, as you all calculated. So we have like how many even numbers here? 2, 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 even numbers here. So it would be like 3 and divided by how many total numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total number are 6 multiply by 100, right? So this will equals to 50%, right? So there are 50% numbers that are even in the given data, right? So this is the basic concept of the percentage. I hope you understand this. Now, what is a percentile? That is the our main aim to learn in this session. Okay, so what is a percentile? It is a value below which a certain percentage of observation lie. Like it is a value that if this is a uh, maybe you don't understand by the definition, let me explain you with an example. Let's say I have a data, I have this data set. So let's say I have this data set. You can see there are lots of numbers in this data set, and remember that these numbers are ordered in ascending order, right? So before calculating percentile, you must sort your data in the ascending order, or maybe you can arrange it in a descending order, right? So here's the question. What is percentile ranking of 10? What does that mean? In the data set, you know, this is a 10, right? This is a 10. This is number 10 present here. Now it says that how many values or a percentage of values, you can say, how many percentage of values that are present below 10. What does that mean? This is the number 10, and these are the values that are below this number 10, below this observation, right? So if I read my definition again, it is a value below which certain percentage of observation lie, right? How can I calculate percentile ranking if I've been given a number? It's very easy. So let's just say x is equals to 10, right? So the given number is 10 and I just assume it x, right? So what will I do here is I'm going to write the formula. Okay, so this is the formula. Percentile rank of x, or you can say in our case x is a 10, or any given number. Number of values before x, right? Number of values before x, the total number of values that are present before x. If our x is 10, then these values are the total numbers before x, right? And divided by n. What is the n? N is the total number of observations that are present in your data set, like total number, total observations that are present in your data set, right? And then we'll multiply by 100. So what will be our calculation? The total number of values before x. You can count it, well, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are total 13 values that are present. And how many total number of observations is 14, 15, 16, 17. So total number of observations are 17. And we have to multiply it by 100, right? So let me just calculate it. There's a calculator. You can say 13 divided by 17 is equals to 0.76. Then multiply by 100. And you can go. This is 76.470, right? So our mean is 76.47. So this is our percentile ranking, right? This is the percentile ranking, right? So what does that mean? 76%. What does it mean? 76%, 76.47% of all the distribution lies below the value 10, right? So 76.47 percent distribution that is present in your data set lie below 10, right? It's less than 10, or you can say, right? So this is, what does that mean? As I told you in a definition, it is a value below which a certain percentage of observation lie. So in our conclusion, we can say that the 76.47% of the distribution that is present in your data set is less than 10, right? I hope you understand this. So this is the main concept of the percentile. Let's do some reverse, right? Let's do some reverse. Right? We have been given a percentile ranking, and we need to find out the value. Right? If we have been given a percentile ranking, we need to find out the value. We have to do some sort of reverse thing, right? So what value? Now we are doing something reverse, right? If we have been given a percentile ranking, then we have to find out the value. How are we going to do this? There's a simple formula here. So this is the basic simple formula to calculate the exact value that is present in that percentile at the given percentile. Let's say in our example, we have this 35%, right? So what we're going to do here is the 35 divided by 100 and then multiply by how many total number here? We had 17, so it will gonna be 17 plus 1, that is 18, right? So what are you gonna do here? According to the BODMAS rule, we will just divide it first and then multiply with 18. So we're gonna 35 divided by 100 and multiply with 18. So we're gonna get 6.3. Now we got this 6.3, right? This is the 6.3, right? Now this value, this 6.3 is not the exact value that we were looking for, right? This is an index value, right? This is an index value of your data set, right? Of your distribution. So 6.3, if I go back to our distribution here, I'm just gonna remove a little bit, right? So in our distribution, what we got 6.3 index, right? 6.3 index. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 6 lies here and we got 6.3. So 6.3 would be lying between these two, right? So what we have to do is we have to take these two observations, right, and take their average, right? So how you will gonna take these two average? This would be the 7 plus 7 divided by 2, which is eventually a 7, right? So this is the value that we were looking for. So our main value that exists at percentile rankings 35 is 7. So this is how you can calculate this percentile value. So this is how you can calculate it. You can take any other percentage. Let's say you can say 60%, right? If you say let's calculate for 60%. So that's easy. You can just 60 divided by 100 multiply by 18, right? So 60 divided by 100 and multiply by 18. So this is the 10.8. Right, so what we got here is 10.8 index, right? So this is the index value, not the actual value. Remember this. And 10.8, if we have this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the 10 and this is the 11. So 10.8 would be lying in between these two. So these two are the 8 and 8 values. So we'll just make their average. So their average would be eventually equals to 8. So this is our final value that exists at the percentile 60, right? So I hope you understand the concept of like the percentile, percentage, how to calculate the percentile, if you have given a value, and how you can calculate a value, you can get a value if you have been given a percentile. Why it is important? I told you before that it is important to find the outliers. When we will study quartiles, then it will be using, if you're using this percentile in that case in order to calculate the quartile, right? So I hope you understand till here.